Imagine this: a brand new AI model with 685 billion parameters, capable of processing 128,000 tokens in one shot, and claiming to run at a cost 68 times cheaper than the giants. It's not a secret project from OpenAI, Anthropic, or Google. It quietly dropped on Hugging Face, and within hours, the entire AI world was stunned. Don't forget to subscribe now, because at the end of this video, I'll show you real-world evidence that even GPT-5 has to respect. Part 1. The Unexpected Drop. DeepSeek v3.1 didn't arrive with a flashy launch event. There were no teasers, no press releases, no million-dollar demo shows. Instead, it just appeared quietly on Hugging Face. And yet, in just a few hours, it dominated the trending list. What shocked people wasn't the stealthy release itself, it was the numbers. On Aider, a programming benchmark designed to test real-world coding ability, DeepSeek v3.1 scored 71.6%, just edging out Claude Opus 4, which had been the benchmark leader. For context, Aider is not a toy test. It challenges a model with programming problems across different difficulty levels. A strong score means a model isn't just chatting, it's writing, debugging, and reasoning about code. The fact that an open source model overtook a flagship closed system instantly made waves. For the developer community, it felt like an earthquake. Part 2. What makes it stand out? But the buzz wasn't only about numbers, it was about how DeepSeek v3.1 worked. Unlike past attempts at hybrid models which tried to juggle chatting, reasoning, and coding, but ended up mediocre, v3.1 consolidated everything into a single flagship architecture. No fragmented product lines, no half steps. And then came the real surprise: 4 hidden tokens discovered by researchers. Search begin and search end signals the model to pull information through real-time search. Think and end think allows it to silently reason internally before answering. Think about that. Previous models had to respond instantly, often rushing into logical mistakes. DeepSeek v3.1 can pause, think in private, and then reply. If connected to the web, it can even retrieve new data during that thought process. For many developers, this is exactly what they've been waiting for: a model that can reason first, then speak. Part 3. Cost and Speed Story. Now, let's talk about money. One developer shared an example: a coding task that used to cost $70 when run on a closed API dropped to $1 with DeepSeek. That's not a small difference, it's a revolution. Scale that up. If you're a startup running thousands of tasks per day, that gap doesn't just save money, it can decide whether you survive the quarter. If you're an enterprise, it could mean cutting millions from your cloud bill. And speed. Earlier reasoning-heavy models slowed down under complex queries. They could take tens of seconds, even minutes, to generate a result. DeepSeek v3.1, by contrast, ripped through those same tasks almost instantly. Developers immediately noticed this wasn't just about scale, it was about deep architectural optimization. The message is clear: cheaper, faster, and open. That's a rare combination. Part 4. Practical Limits. Of course, no model is perfect. DeepSeek v3.1 is nearly 700 GB size. You're not just going to download it and run it on your laptop at home. But here's the twist: cloud providers are already preparing hosted versions. That means you don't need supercomputers to access it. Soon, anyone from a single developer to a mid-sized company could run frontier-level AI in the cloud without owning massive infrastructure. It's a bit like the history of Linux. At first, installing Linux was complicated, and only experts could manage it. But once services made it accessible, adoption exploded. DeepSeek could follow the same path, starting niche, but scaling to mainstream adoption as access gets easier. Part 5. The Geopolitical Strategy. Now, let's zoom out. Behind this technology is a bigger geopolitical play. Back in 2020, China's 14th five-year plan highlighted open source AI as a national priority. The idea was simple but powerful: accelerate global adoption by releasing powerful models openly, even if that meant losing out on short-term profits. And it's working. Hugging Face's trending list has been dominated by Chinese models in recent months. By dropping v3.1 as a free, open download right after OpenAI rolled out GPT-5 and Anthropic released Claude 4, DeepSeek sent a clear signal. While American companies are guarding their frontier systems behind APIs and premium pricing, DeepSeek is positioning its frontier model as public infrastructure. This strategy is disruptive. It challenges not just technology, but business models. And it forces Western firms to ask if an open model matches performance at a fraction of the cost. Where does our value really come from? Part 6. What it means for you. So, what does this mean for you? If you're an individual developer, this is your chance to experiment with tools that once felt out of reach. You no longer need a billion-dollar lab to test frontier AI. If you're running a startup, the economics could be game-changing. Imagine offering products powered by frontier AI while paying only a fraction of the cost. That's not just saving, it's competitive advantage. But a word of caution. Production. AIDR and MMLU scores are exciting, but they don't guarantee success with your unique datasets. Always validate with real-world use cases. Costs vary by infra. Don't just repeat 68x cheaper. Translate it into 1 million tokens for your workloads. Policy and compliance matter. Open doesn't mean risk-free. You still need guardrails, monitoring, and data protection. In short, DeepSeek v3.1 is an opportunity, but only if you approach it with both excitement and caution. So is DeepSeek v3.1 truly a challenger to GPT-5 just hype? The benchmarks are promising, the cost savings are eye-opening, and the geopolitical backdrop makes it even more fascinating. But numbers alone don't tell the whole story. That's why I'll personally test it on 3 real-world tasks: coding, data analysis, and technical Q&A. If you want to see those tests, drop a comment with Test Chat GPT-5 and hit subscribe to Bonbon AI Global so you don't miss what happens next.